So apparently I was the only one who didn't name mine COR Climbers, so leadership's committed. My name is James Travis. I'm a representative at the MacArthur Crossing Store. And I'm here to be talking to you today about these 5 things. My metric was DirecTV, my contributions to the metric, the results, what I've learned in COR Climbers, and then of course what's next. As far as DirecTV goes, when we started DirecTV, we started off with rapid learning and knowledge and growing in knowledge about selling the product. We're a wired store, so we kind of know all about the competition because we already have Everse TV, so we already had a TV product. Now our next step was to learn a little bit more about our new child, DirecTV, and see how can we incorporate this in our sales process. So we started off in August, a little bit above goal. That's 3, by the way, because the goal back then was 2. We, like I said, during the month of September, we grew our knowledge in the product rapidly. We could, tell our customers, hey, this is what DirecTV has to offer, and most importantly, close the sale. So we got up to a little bit under goal. That's 39 in September. It's 39 in September, and we had, I'll explain a little bit later in the results of this, but we had great store participation for DirecTV. So the month between September and October, we had, I say stagnation, it's an ugly word. I like consistency better. The difference between September and October was 2. It's 39 versus 37. So we consistently offered the product, but we still came out with the same results. So the thing that we had to do to get us from point A to point B from our rapid growth now to our being level wasn't going to be the same thing that took us from where we are today to where we want to be, which is at goal. So during the month from October to November, we made adjustments to get back on track. Our main objective for between October and November to get back on track was employee incentives, such as contests and things like that. That's what we were missing between September and October that kind of stayed us at the same position. And of course, we're now projected to hit our goal this month. So my personal contributions to DirecTV. We started MacArthur Crossing Fantasy Football for the month of September. That got us off to our fast start. So it's kind of just like how fantasy football works. Each rep was a player in a fantasy football team. We divided the store into 4 teams. DirecTV was a touchdown. Rosad was, a point. So, the people who wanted to compete, competed. They got together, they competed. The people who were less interested in contests, of course, they didn't. So, as far as the other contributions that we had, first off, my first idea just to move the needle with DirecTV was the customers that were already coming into the store who wanted Everse TV, just changed their mind to DirecTV. I mean, they wanted TV to begin with. Having more channels for less price, that's always going to have the customers buy it. Secondly, we had coaching sessions. That would be just the best form of communication, one-on-one. We just sat there and we talked about, hey, what's working well, what's not working well with this, and we did more what's working well versus, what didn't work. Also, in that coaching session, we had during store meetings, our top performers will come up and share their best practices with everybody in the store. So they say, hey, this is what really worked for our best performer. It was just simply talking to the customer about TV. And then saying, hey, afterward, hey, I know that you I know that you really like Walking Dead. So, maybe on Sunday nights, you miss Walking Dead sometimes. You can always record it from your phone through DirecTV. In fact, it's worked so well that we had people who couldn't get DirecTV installed for one reason or another. Maybe they weren't facing south. They still wanted the product so bad that they wanted to find a way to work around getting it without a dish. Well, there's no way as of now. Then lastly, incentives. So incentives were, incentives for us, having the discussions that say, hey, what makes you want to sell DirecTV, and then trying to cater toward that for, my coworkers. All right, most importantly, the results. In September, we had 91% store engagement, which means, 91% of the entire store sold at least one DirecTV. Of that 91%, we had at least 21% of the store have 5 or more DirecTV. And then that's what got me thinking during the month of October, why not instead of, I used to play football. So instead, when you play football, not the whole team doesn't score the most touchdowns. It's always, 1, 2, or 3 people. So I focus on those top performers to say, hey, how are you really gonna, compete against, we just put our guys against each other to see who could compete and bring our store up to the next level. So we kind of focus more on top performers to perform, and then kind of, maybe it would have that trickle down effect on the rest of everybody else. But if we got the top performers to really blow it out of the water, the rest, comes naturally. So like I said, we stayed consistent between September and October. Like I said, there was only a difference of two sales. And then now we finally turned it around with another fast start incentive. So now we're projected to hit our goal in November. All right, finally. What I learned? I learned to try approaches that don't really work well for me. So one approach that we tried in the store was having a recognition board. Me personally, recognition is just not my thing. Like, I couldn't care less if y'all knew that I sold a DirecTV or not. But for other people, I saw, other reps would come in and they marked their name off the 0 list, they put the 1, they put the 2, they got excited about it. So that's what I definitely learned. Try things that don't normally work for me because, it's not, just because it works for me doesn't mean it's the best way. Secondly, learning to lead by more than example. So me personally, I was always, the type of person that I led by example. I kept my head down, got the job done, and that's basically how I considered it leading. But leadership is a little bit more than that. It's giving back to others. It's giving them, hey, how can I get from where I'm at right now to where I want to be? Thirdly, simplicity sells. Just make everything easy for everybody and they'll have more buy-in. It's so much easier to gain traction on a simple solution than a complicated problem. Lastly, the only failure is the failure to learn from your mistakes. My next step is I'm applying for roles in an ASM position. And then hopefully I can continue, my growth in education, helping other people, and to eventually become part of a marketing team. In conclusion, I've covered DirecTV and what progress we've made, my contributions to it, the results, what I've learned, and then my next step. Thank you.